You want to know what it's like to be on YouTube for the first time? Stick around and find out. I can say that I have successfully completed 7 days of being a YouTube content creator, and I'll tell you all about it. So, I think the hardest part was trying to give myself permission to just be authentic, go out and be myself. And the first couple days I critiqued myself, paid attention to my facial gestures, how I move my mouth, what my voice sounds like. I think that was the first 2 days. Those days I maybe talked a little faster and tried to really, get my flow. The more I did it, the more comfortable I got. I'm a mom of 3 girls, I guess, the youngest being 20, they're all considered adults. So I have a lot of time to focus on myself and things that I want to do. So part of my journey was of evolution, which is kind of what my channel was inspired on. The name of my channel is to try different things, to do hard things and figure out what I want to do next steps. I'm 50 years old, so I'm looking closer to the retirement years versus all the years that I've had in the past. And with being retired in 10 years, I know that when I completely retire from my full-time job that I want to do personal coaching, personal financial behavioral coaching, something in my coaching niche, because I am a certified professional coach. With that being said, even though I've spoken in front of groups of people, it's a little awkward speaking to a camera as if you're talking to someone else and trying to evoke a conversation. So again, the first couple of days were hard. Then I started to get my flow and focus on what I was talking about. But as I did that, I started researching YouTube. So my normal YouTube repertoire is personal finance, cleaning and decorating, things that I use in my day-to-day life. So then, because I'm starting this journey, I started focusing more on watching videos in regards to people starting a YouTube channel for the first time. 50-year-olds, women over 50 that are having an evolution or journey changes and transitioning with having adult kids, just different things. So my eyes were opened up to a lot more content, different things that I started focusing on. So I think the hardest part was getting over the nervousness, because I wasn't sure if I was going to be ready. And then I put myself in a position as to what I would say if a client came to me and asked me what to do. And the idea that came to mind as to what I would say to them is to just start, just to jump out there and get going. Now, if you watch my videos, you notice I haven't edited anything. And even when I ponder what I want to talk about, because I don't have a script, and when I watch some of the other YouTube videos, there's some channels that say you should write a script, and some say to do bullet points. But I find that if I'm focusing on a script or a piece of paper, I may get distracted and not want to discuss or not be sure as to what I'm talking about. My dog is jumping on my leg. Excuse me. Toby, no. So, anyway, I get past all that. So then I started researching. And then I see that there's an app called YouTube Analytics where you can look at your views. Now, I didn't really think about monetization or how many views it would take to make YouTube a side business until I started watching more videos about expanding a channel, making it a business. But then I went down the YouTube rabbit hole, because there's an app called YouTube Studio, and if you're doing YouTube content, it is the app that lets you know how you are doing, how everything is progressing, if people are looking at your videos, if YouTube's pushing out your videos. I don't know anything about algorithms, but if YouTube pushing out your videos to be seen. So there's all these different metrics on the app to determine where you're supposed to, how you're doing. The crazy part about it is, it was very hard for me to find anybody that just started out for a few days to what their metrics look like. So I have no clue as to what I should be comparing my stats, the numbers that I'm seeing, to anybody else, because I looked all over YouTube and Googled and Reddit, and I couldn't find anything that says, okay, this is what it should be like your first week. This is what you should expect. So this is kind of why I'm sharing this, because I did it. I did the thing that I was unsure about in my first video, and I continue to do it, and I'm enjoying this. What I'm enjoying about it is it gives me an opportunity to be creative and to have conversations that I think are helpful to other people. And even though it's a one-sided conversation, I'm hoping that it sparks some kind of a thought process with anybody who watches. If I was new to YouTube and trying it out, for someone like me who just wants to see where it could take, where it could take them, I can say it's easy to be intimidated, because even when I stumble with my words, I'm okay with it because I don't want to edit my videos just yet. I had to edit one video because I had gotten a piece of equipment that I really didn't know how to use, and I pressed stop thinking it was pausing it and let me start again from where I left off, but I realized it ended up being 2 videos, so I had to learn how to put them together. So one of the videos you'll see, there's like a watermark for Pickstart. That is the editing software that I found in order to be able to connect those 2 videos. Again, I wanted to do this as something on my spare time. I work a full-time job, and I want to be present in my household with my husband and my dog and my children. So I'm not yet ready to spend all of my time trying to build a YouTube business, so to speak. So I don't know, I guess one of the things that I would say is that one of my struggles was trying to find a balance. Trying to find a balance of how much time I was going to devote to watching videos, because I still have a relationship. I don't want my husband to be home watching me watching YouTube, which he normally does anyway, but watching me constantly put my focus to somewhere else. That was one thing. Another thing that I was trying to figure out, I'm not going to say it's a struggle, but trying to figure out, is how much I want to talk about YouTube. Because I, just like anything new, whether it's a new diet or a new TV show or anything that you're passionate about, that you're starting to enjoy, you kind of want to share it with everybody. And I didn't want to share it so much that it would irritate the people around me. So I tried to find a balance with that. My first inclination was to, once I started doing a couple of videos, to feel comfortable enough to say to people, hey, watch my video, like and subscribe, watch my video. And I wanted to tell friends and family that I was doing it so that they could watch, thinking that them going onto the channel and liking and commenting and subscribing would actually help build my channel, because the more you build it, the more people see it, the better off you are. So, which after I was doing that, I told a couple of people, I learned through one of the YouTube videos in regards to starting a YouTube channel that you shouldn't do that. So one of the tips that, if you haven't seen it, I'll share it with you here, is that you shouldn't tell everybody that you're doing YouTube. Don't tell people that you're doing YouTube. And it's not so that they don't support you, because you do want their support. But in the beginning, YouTube's trying to figure out the content that you're providing, what your niche is, who your target audience is. So my husband likes fishing and outdoor stuff and more how it's made videos. Me, myself, I like budgeting, home decor, cleaning and decorating, to do with the house, and personal finance. We have 2 different, we have 2 different desires of subject matter, 2 different, totally different uses of YouTube, right? So he's looking at his thing, I'm looking at my thing. He goes on and he watches my videos as a supportive husband, and he enjoys them. He tries to listen to them on his way home from work, but he's not in my target audience. He's a single individual that's supporting me. The same thing with my kids. My kids are in their 20s. They may look more into things that are, my daughter, one of my daughters, see, that's one of those things that some people would edit out. I'm not editing out that crazy little sound I just made. Anyway, my daughter, one of my daughters is a teacher, and she may look at more educational content. I have another daughter that's in corporate, and she may be looking into more of the corporate HR type of content, or travel. She loves to travel, so she may look at travel vlogs. She's not a 50-year-old person trying to start YouTube. She's not a 50-year-old mom who's becoming almost an empty nester. She's not a 50-year-old or an older person or any kind of person looking to do some sort of a transformation, transition, or evolution in their life. So basically what I'm trying to say is that she's not the type of person to look for the same type of content that I would look for. If she sends it out to all of her friends and they're into that type of space for YouTube, then it's not going to benefit my channel, because it's not bringing the traffic into the people who will be looking for the content that I'm sharing. So I feel like that was a great tip. I'm sharing that with you because just in case you haven't seen it on another channel, excuse me as I adjust myself, that is something that was good. I get excited about my videos, right? So I don't normally watch them, but since I'm doing them, I know what they are. So I get excited about the topic and I want to tell people. And my first inclination is to call a friend and say, hey, did you watch my video today? Did you like? Did you comment? Did you subscribe? Did you like my video? And I really had to fight the urge to do that. Because I know when people talk about a subject over and over and over again, you get to the point where you're like, all right, already. All right. Yeah, that's your thing that you're doing that. That's great. But to hear that all the time and that's all you talk about, I tried to make it a point that it's not all I talk about. So luckily I have you guys that I can get on here and talk about YouTube. Now, my first week is more trying to get my feet wet, trying to learn as my dog is whining at me. He's saying, paying attention to me. See, I'm talking about YouTube and I'm not giving him the attention he wants. Come here, baby. Come on. Come by mommy. Come by mommy. Come here. Say hi to the people. Look, say hi to the people, baby. Right. So, just like my baby here, he wants my attention. And that's my favorite boy in the whole world. He's the best boy. So I love giving him attention. It's so funny because my daughter says, how come you never talk about Toby in your videos? This is Toby. He's my favorite. And I think he thinks he's human. Or he really is. He's a real boy. Like Pinocchio said, he says all the time that he's a real boy. Because the attention that he requires, it's like having a toddler at home. Anyway, back to what I was talking about. So basically, I made it through I think I did 6 or 7 days. I think it's been 7, 8 days of YouTube. I have looked at the YouTube Studio app multiple times a day. And I'm like, well, this could drive me nuts. Because according to what I'm reading, is you have to have a certain amount of hours watched and a certain amount of views, certain amount of subscribers to actually make YouTube a flourishing business where you're getting some form of income. Like I said, right now I work full time, but I would love to be able to continue YouTube for that reason of hoping to retire within 15 years. 15 years, I'm 50, so you figure 65 to get full benefits. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Okay, Toby. On another note, as I was going through all the YouTube videos of people talking about starting YouTube channels, there was some really, really nice things that I heard. And one of the things that I heard is, even if you do YouTube, if you're doing YouTube to try to make money, that's great as a business. If you're doing YouTube because you want to share with the world and hopefully make the world a better place and to give people something that they may be looking for, that's awesome too. But what I heard that was really, really cool, and it kind of resonated with my heart, is that Maybe one day your grandkids will watch you on YouTube, and they'll get to see a side of you that they didn't know existed, because the topics that you talk about in your YouTube videos may not be something, hold on baby, I'm almost done, may not be something that you would normally talk to your grandkids about, depending on what stage of life they are. Or your children, as to you trying to explain something to them when they're in their 20s and 30s, and they may not be ready for what you have to say, but when they're 50, or they go through life changes, or they have transitions, that they can look back on these videos and say, wow, this is great. Or even, and I hate to say it, you know, when you're 115 and you really can't talk anymore about stuff, maybe 150, when you're a lot older and you can't talk, this will always be here for people to come back to. And that kind of warmed my heart a lot. So whether I get tons of subscribers, which I would love to get tons of subscribers, don't let me fool you, I would love to get tons of subscribers. If I don't get my channel monetized, I would love to do that. I would, because it gives me options of growing a business, as especially since I want to do more of my coaching as I get older and get closer to retirement. I would love for that to be something that's financially beneficial. Love that. So please feel free to share, like, subscribe, and comment. You can hear I don't know if you can hear my baby whining to me. And I really wish I knew what words he was trying to say. Sometimes I wonder if they're good words, but he is really trying to get my attention. I told you, he thinks he's my real boy. So what I would say is this: for advice, I would say, just do it. Just do it. Everybody brings something special to the world, even if the content that you, or the content or the topic that you're going to discuss has been discussed before. It's never been discussed by you. So your personality, what you have to say, your spin on it is unique. So if you've heard it a million times from somebody else, it still doesn't matter, because you're no one else but you. You're a unique individual, and just do it. Be like Nike, just do it. That's what I would say. The other thing I would say is, don't go looking for expectations of to how your channel is going to be. Because when I look at that YouTube Studio app, I'm like, wow, this is good. Oh, how many people have watched? How many people have viewed? That's great. 730 people viewed my channel. That's fantastic. And then you can look in this little real-time thing, and it shows you your last 60 minutes, and you're looking at it and you're saying, nobody looked at a video in an hour? There's tons of people. Nobody looked at my video? That's not good. That's not what this is about. That's not what it's for. Especially, again, if you don't know what to compare yourself with as to how you're doing, don't go down that rabbit hole. Don't get stuck on the app. Do it for yourself. I can tell you that this is making me feel more confident. So that's one of the things that I found this week. It is making me do my hair and get dressed more, and actually put a little bit of lip gloss on, and maybe just a little tinted moisturizer, because I told you I'm not a big makeup girl. But I feel good. The idea of sharing something and getting feedback from people that what I'm sharing is positive and it makes them feel good, or it makes them think. That's a win for me. That's a win. Opportunity, creativity. And I mentioned in one of my videos that I used to struggle being an interrupter. I don't have to worry about interrupting anybody when I do a YouTube video, because there's nobody to interrupt me. How's that? So I'm going to end this here. I just want to say that thank you for the support that I've been getting. I hope everybody who watches my video gets something out of it, even if it's just a laugh, or you say, oh, this girl is so corny. Woman is so corny. Or I resonate with you in any way. Maybe you're a mom getting older. Maybe you're a person that's just looking for a change of something to do. But if I can do it, you can do it. I will definitely update you later on as time goes on and let you know how my journey is going. And that's it from me. You guys have a great night. Bye.